Good morning. Hope everyone's doing good. It's morning here. Hope you're having a great day, whatever time of day it is. So, today I thought I would show you guys how I make these simple envelopes from book pages. So, these I have sewn. I'm going to show you the no-sew way. They're very simple. You can do a lot with them. They're super versatile. And they're very easy to put into a journal. So for example, with one of these, we'll just take this as an example of like your journal. Oh, this one is apart already because I'm going to use some of these pages. So if you have a journal, imagine these are your pages. So these could go, you could glue these onto a page like this, glue it in a couple of sides, make a tuck spot. You could, depending on their size, you can put them like this, and then you could have a little flap to open. You could attach them to the side, like so that they open this way. There's lots of things that you can do with just a simple envelope. So, and you can just use regular envelopes. Use what you got. I'm just going to show you how to make these because I always have tons of book pages. So these are super simple and fun. These were from a children's book, children's fairy tale book. So this is clearly from Snow White. And they had really nice images. So these ones I'll use so that you can see the picture on the side this way. It's another one. I think this one might have been from The Princess and the Pea. So first of all, you need some book pages and some glue. That's pretty much all you need for these, or any kind of paper. I usually look for book pages that are about the size that I want. It's less cutting, it goes faster then. Some of these have some marks and stuff on them. I'm just gonna go ahead and use them. So we'll just grab a couple of these guys. It really doesn't matter. Whatever kind of paper you have handy, use that. I have this old book about Spain that I got. Isn't that jacket just beautiful? Haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. So normally I take those jackets off and they go in a separate little bin, but I'm going to look for something interesting in here. Churches, no. That's kind of fun, but no. Maybe some of these. Yeah, this is such an old book. It's like falling apart already, so I'm going to use this glossy page here. And I'm just going to tear this out carefully. Just so we have a different variation of things, make some different background textures. That's a fun one. I like that. It's probably the other side of this glossy page. Okay, so we got a couple of those. I also have this Best Love Poems, and it's got these great images in it, and I've already been using it for a bunch of other stuff, but these will be fantastic. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these guys just to show you some various things that you can do. And then that's probably good. We'll just start with that. So I'll do a plain one first. And you can just go with whatever size best that you like. It doesn't have, nothing's perfect. So we're just gonna do 2 folds. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. Fold here and then a flap. Okay, that's it. How simple. 2 folds like so. Okay, now open your flap. Should have prepped my glue bottle here. Should be okay. Now glue on your flap because that's going to tell you how much space you need. So just a little bead of glue. You can use glue stick or anything that you feel works best, whatever you have on hand. Having some problems here. There we go. Should be good. Yes. So bead glue. Oop, that was a lot. That's okay. Bead glue. And do a smoosh. Smoosh it down. Smoosh it down. Voila, that's it. Now, if that's all you wanted to do, you could leave it just like that. You can put it in your journal, decorate it later once it's in your journal if you wanted. You could actually use these to send letters to people. Just glue them or tape them closed. Use some double-sided tape or something like that. You could mail these. I would get rid of the rough edge if you're going to do that. But perfectly fine to do that as well. Or gift cards or whatever you want to do. There's lots of options for things that you can do. You guys see this? It was my little heart in a jar. I love this little stamper. I was using it on a project earlier. So that's it. That's how we do it. So I'm just gonna knock out a couple of these real quick to give you guys some more an idea. So if you have images that you like, double check the other side. So this will end up being the flap. So I know I want this to be the flap on the top, because you have to think about direction when you're doing these. So that's going to be the top. And so they're not always going to end up having the same amount of pocket if you do it that way. But that's super pretty and already has a graphic there. So it's just about using what you have, looking at it. I love this vintage look for a lot of things. So, all right, what do we want? I really like the trees and stuff. We're gonna leave the trees sticking out, I think. So this is where things can get weird because we're gonna be upside down, but it depends on how you put it in your journal too. But I usually just pick the image that I like the most, and then I will adapt it to fit wherever I'm putting it in my journal. So since this image is that way, this is the bigger one, you could flip it this way too. Doesn't matter. You can put the big side down. It's up to you what you want to do. I think I'm going to do the big side like that because I like that. I like this tree and stuff. Okay, I'm going to do one more of those quick. So we have this side and we have this side. I like this side better. It's got more color. Yeah, okay. Look at that. I'm going to get the whole barn in there. And then you can take these to your sewing machine if you wanted to. I like sewing some stuff. I don't sew everything, but I do sew on some things. I've started doing that more recently within the last year or so because I really like it. And my sewing machine is out and available to me to use. Because I also quilt. I haven't had much time for quilting this last year, so I've got some projects that are long overdue. Okay, so that's that one. So we have a couple of those. So if you're going to sew them, this is basically all you would really need to do is sew this part down. And you can glue it first if you want to. So for like these ones, what I did was I sewed all the way around, including the flap. And then, see, making sure I catch, and I just use a zigzag stitch. You can use some of your fancy stitches and things like that. The one thing I will tell you, if you start using your sewing machine for paper, you are going to need to clean it a little bit more often. And make sure you know if you're going from fabric, like important projects, that you make sure you know what needle you are using. Don't use your paper needle on your fabric because you will see some issues. So these beautiful ladies dancing here, and then we're gonna flip this one. They're gonna be on the outside. So like that. I like to do kind of an assembly line kind of situation where I have a bunch of things that I've folded and ready to go. And then, so do step 1 on a bunch of things. And then I do step 2. So step 1 would be getting your paper together. Step 2 would be folding your paper. And then step 3, gluing your paper. Then we can go on and do it one further. Step 4, decorating. So I'll decorate one here. And this is just a plain text, so I'm not really worried about what's on it. Okay, so this is, let's glue this one really quick. Glue, glue, and a smoosh. You can just use your finger to fold. If I'm doing a lot of these, I'll have my bone folder handy. It just saves on my skin, my finger. There we go. So that's our little envelope. Now, next thing, if you want to start getting fancy, we can, oh, I don't have it up here. We can do a little thumb spot in these guys. Where is my cutter? My little hole punch. Missing in action. Usually it's right here on my desk because I use it a lot. So that probably means my son borrowed it. He loves to cut circles out of my scrap paper. Normally he does not take things from my desk. This might be one of those rare occasions when he has, because I don't see it. Okay, so anyway, we'll just carry on. Normally, I would offer to put like a little notch in these, so I'll take this one and I'll show you an alternate way that you can make a notch. So I'm just grabbing a pencil and something that is a circle. What do I have that's a circle on my desk? Here, I'll use my glue bottle. So I'm gonna just put this kind of in the middle, and I'm going to mark a half circle, and then I am going to cut said half circle. This just makes it easier if you have stuff in your pocket to get it out. You do not have to do this step if you don't want to. I like it, and with that circle punch, it's pretty easy to do that. Okay, so there's my little thumb pull. You can do this after you glue too, because you end up having enough space, but it's easier to do that when you don't. So there's a thumb hole. We glued that one. Let's give it a little ink. I'm gonna do a bright fun color. I'm gonna use this bright green. Excuse me, I have a little tickle in my throat. Bright green here. So anywhere that you're gonna see, you can ink it. And this old book page takes this color so nice. It goes right into like the edge. I don't know if you can see that. And all the edges we can see. So I'm going to hold this down and ink it. At this point, I could have glued this, but I haven't yet. You guys have seen how to glue it now. You know what's up. Give it a little funsies. Now we're going to do the back side. And I'm just running that ink across the edge. You want to make sure that you use sturdy book pages that aren't crumbly. Some paper is, depending on its age, does not lend well to folding. You will start to, the more you work with paper, the more of those little things you start to see. Okay, so now we have that inked for fun. Let's go ahead and glue this one down. So I'm going to glue that there and there and a smoosh. And a smoosh. Okay. All right, next we want a little decoration here. I have some stamps, I have some labels left over from other projects. Let's see what we got in here. These are very dark green. This red looks nice. I like that one and that one. Okay. And I'm going to put a stamp on here. I have a bunch of old stamps. Oh, that's pretty. Kind of too matchy-matchy. That stands out. Let's do this one. And so we're going to do a little label. And you can put things so that it's like a pull tab. So if you wanted to glue some paper on this way, you can have it be like a pull tab. I'm just going to decorate it over here on this side. So I am going to get one of those scrippy scrap of paper here. What else do we got? Oh, let's do this. Look at that. That's fun. From the scrap bin. Let's do that. I'm going to run it across some ink really quick. I think the black. I'm just going to run it across, run the edge across. All I'm doing is this. Just giving it a little bit of texture. I think this is a piece of a master board or something that I had on Book Page. All right, we're going to glue that one down. I'm not overthinking this right now, guys, because what I do, I make a bunch of stuff at a time, and then I kind of go with whatever I'm feeling when I decorate. And then I match them, like I have a theme for a journal, or I have a color plan or something like that, and then I just keep going from there. So when I have a bunch of stuff done, I match the stuff to whatever I'm working on. There. You could add little bits of fabric, just about anything. So that was a sticker, a stamp, and some scraps. And look at that. How pretty is that? Ta-da! And now we can put this into a journal. We can glue it this way. We can glue it this way. We can tuck it into a pocket and then have other stuff inside it. So that's about it. There you go, guys. One more little item you can put into your toolbox for making junk journals and having fun with paper. I hope you guys like this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or anything like that. If there's some content that you would like to see, please let me know. I've got lots of options for you guys. Okay? Have a great day, guys. We'll see you later.